Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So in this one I wanted to talk about how Infinite Warfare itself could have made Black Ops 4 better, and that's right, you heard me correctly, and I will explain my theory in just a second. Now the thing is that Black Ops 4, in case you couldn't tell by now, is copying a lot out of Fortnite, and we're not just talking about Battle Royale, and I'm not actually pointing my finger at Battle Royale, actually. I'm talking about all the stuff in between, in terms of the way you grind the game, the tier system, the black market, so to speak, right? They're basically copying and pasting Fortnite and when it comes to that, and the thing is, in all honesty, they should have copied and pasted from Infinite Warfare, if anything, and I'll tell you why. Because Infinite Warfare, I know a lot of people didn't want the advanced movement, or they weren't ready for the time period for it to be in space and everything like that. I think that that's the only thing that really held Infinite Warfare back more than anything else. At least according to what I hear in the comment section, what I've heard from other videos, and all the stuff in between, even so on Twitter to a certain extent. But when you break it down, Infinite Warfare was a solid Call of Duty. If you take the space theme out and the advanced movement out, and honestly, Infinite Warfare would have been a damn good solid Call of Duty game and a hell of a lot more better received. Now, in terms of specifics in ways that it could have made Black Ops 4 better, well, let's put it this way. What did Infinite Warfare have you grind for? There were obviously a shit ton of weapons, there were a shit ton of camos, and a whole bunch of other things, like things for your specialists and all that kind of stuff. I mean, granted, Treyarch has that as well, and actually that's a piece that they took from Treyarch, if anything. I mean, it would only make sense in order for you to customize your character, whether you can see that character or not, but whatever. That's something that's been done before, but let's take it a little bit further. How about the score streaks? One of the biggest complaints that people have been talking about in Black Ops 4 is that the score streaks were just very... there's a few of them that are cut and paste. We're not saying that they're bad or that they're the worst in the series, because quite frankly, they're not the worst in the series. But in terms of how many we've got, especially compared to previous games, we're a little bit short. And on top of that, if you couldn't tell already, there's a lot of cut and paste when it comes to the score streaks. And in Infinite Warfare, not only did we have, like, we didn't have as many score streaks to begin with from default, but they gave us a few variant of score streaks to which you could grind for and unlock, and they were reasonably balanced. Like for instance, there'd be a warden that would have like twice as many turrets, but it wouldn't last as long, so that way it wouldn't be too crazy overpowered or anything like that. There would be like the advanced UAV. I think there was a variation of it to where it was exactly like a VSAT, but again, it wouldn't last very long. So I mean, there were just little itty bitty tweaks that they did that gave the game so much replay value. And the thing is, with Black Ops 4, most of the replay value in terms of the multiplayer side of things, and Battle Royale itself, BR Blackout, is a version of multiplayer, so that includes, that's what I mean as well. The thing is that most of the grind in the multiplayer is focused around Blackout, and a lot of people are focusing on Blackout when it comes to the grind. So granted, to a certain extent, they're at least quote-unquote maybe trying to kind of balance things out, but only time will tell, and we'll see what happens in the future. But the thing is, in terms of Infinite Warfare, if you look past the things that you dislike about that game, which is mainly, like I said in the beginning of the video, which is mainly about the space theme and all that kind of stuff, I mean, if you think about it, if Infinite Warfare didn't take place in the way distant future, and if we had a boots on the ground game and all that kind of stuff, I guarantee you people would have liked that game at least better than Ghosts. So you have to look at it from every point of view, guys. And the thing is, unfortunately, sometimes it's the skin of the game and where the game takes place that ruins it for a lot of people, apparently. So which is extremely hard for the devs as well as Activision and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the basics. And if the setting itself didn't ruin it for you, chances are you probably enjoyed Infinite Warfare to one extent or another. The advanced movement was the other part. I think a lot of people were ready to move on from that. So as I've mentioned in previous videos time and time again, but you take those two aspects out, Infinite Warfare would have been a damn solid Call of Duty game and a damn improvement from Ghosts. And the thing is, Black Ops 4 could have learned so much from it, as well as World War II, because I know that the devs try to kind of do their own thing. They collaborate here and there. They've said it themselves that they collaborate, but they try not to steal anything. But believe it or not, even Treyarch, even though it's to a lesser degree, Treyarch even steals a little bit from previous games. Like, for instance, the first thing that came to mind was the Gung Ho perk. Gung Ho was first introduced in Advanced Warfare, and then after Advanced Warfare, we had Black Ops 3. And guess what Black Ops 3 kept in there? Gung Ho. So, to one extent or another, they copy off of each other a little bit. And it's like, if they are going to copy it, why can't they just at least take something that works and re-implement it into the game and put your own little flavor on it, instead of looking to another franchise like Destiny or Fortnite? And like, if you want to copy Fortnite with Blackout, then that's fine, obviously. It's the same realm. But you can't do that with multiplayer, at least not completely. And the thing is that the whole tier system and everything like that is really one of the things that's really holding the game back to a certain degree. Because if Call of Duty were to just look at its past and see and seeing what it did in its past, I mean, it could easily be a lot more successful and a lot more likable among the fan base, and the fans would play it and have less to complain about it. But the thing is, Infinite Warfare became very unpopular very, very quickly because of the space setting and as well as the return to advanced movement. If it weren't for those two things, I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you that Black Ops 4 would have at least been a little bit better than the Black Ops 4 we got as of right now, because they would have said, whoa, people apparently like this because they played the game and all that kind of other stuff, and they would have implemented a certain version of it into their game. So, but that didn't happen. One reason is simply because of the fact that Infinite Warfare was very unpopular within the community. So, anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. That's where my head went at recently, and it's like, it really sucks because, you know, and it makes sense to talk about because Infinity Ward is next, and the thing is, I not only hope that it's going to be a really good, solid Call of Duty game, which I do have faith in Infinity Ward, by the way, and for them to provide us that. But at the same time, for Call of Duty games that are to follow Infinity Ward, I mean, the thing is, most of the feedback that they get is during the game's life cycle. So, if anything, hopefully they'll learn from that, and then we can move on and have better games in the future. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.